back to the SA Sports Show. Time to talk a little bit of Southern Football League.
That's our favourite.
That's our favourite. It is.
Cove's struggling a bit. Talk about our favourites.
They are struggling. I was there. I was there on the weekend.
Yeah.
I saw Cove play.
I'm going this weekend.
Happy
actually.
Valley.
Yeah.
So, good game of footy up until half-time when I had to leave. But joining us, as he always does, is the president of the Southern Footy League, Craig Warman. Hey, Craig.
Hi, gentlemen. How are we?
Going well, mate. I was there at the first half of the Cobras and Happy Valley. Good game of footy. It was a good game of footy. 3 or 4 goals in it at half-time in Happy Valley's way. But and in the end, that's what they won by.
Yeah.
So I imagine that the second half went pretty much the same as the first half. They just looked that touch better for the whole. Although Cove started well, the Valleys played pretty good footy.
Yeah, and it's always hard to beat at Happy Valley. So, in talking to Ray the other day, he still thinks, look, it's still a learning curve. There's a lot of young kids.
Well, you can see that.
And when you look at the whole perspective of the Cove Football Club, it's in a really good space.
Yeah.
All their juniors will play finals. Their women are in the top 4 in that competition as well. So there's a lot of positivity still there at the Cove Footy Club.
Yeah.
They just lacking that experience. 2 or 3 players.
2 or 3 players, aren't they? Spot on. 2 or 3 players.
To just get them over the line. Where these other sides have got that to draw on at crucial times.
Yeah.
Cove tend to.
I mean, what Tony Kernahan's done for the club is absolutely fantastic. I know they had that issue with the soccer club many years ago, and that's all water on the bridge now. But the women are on top of the table. The juniors are absolutely flying. The seniors, yes, they do need some bit more experience. So and of course the Cobra Foundation. I know it's not a Cobra segment here, but they're ticking all the boxes. Unfortunately, just not getting the points on Saturday.
It'll come. There's no doubt.
And I'm just digressing. I don't know whether we're digressing or not, but Barry Ramsey has been nominated for Australian of the Year. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Fantastic.
And it's fantastic.
He's a wonderful person.
Well, he's a fantastic person. That's true, and he deserves to be. He deserves to be nominated. Yeah, I got a bit of a shock, I must admit, that when they sent me wanted me to be some sort of referee or something like that. Yeah. I thought they were actually sending me a form to fill out to become the Australian of the Year, but it was for someone else.
And it was supposed to be quiet until about 2 months' time, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All of Adelaide know that now. That's
they do.
And in fact, Barry didn't know that, but that's good. I'm glad you shared it.
Yeah, well,
no, I don't know that.
I mean, it's just something that I think is a
very important,
unbelievable
honour.
It's
very important.
Yeah.
Great recognition.
And it's really important for the Southern Football League as well because
he's
really representing, and
he
is
a
a big
Hall of
part
Fame
of
member.
it. Exactly. Yeah. That's
okay.
Right.
And of course, we've got that coming up this Sunday.
There you go. You have too. That's right.
Peter Carey.
We both miss out again.
With Peter Carey. We're both not in yet. I think you have to be absent for 40 years before you can get in.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what
you officially retire, actually.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, mate, let's look at these other games. Let's look at the other games. Ranella back to a bit of form. 67-point winners over Christie's Beach.
Yeah, again, we talk about Christie's. They're in a similar boat to Cove. They're going to have to continue to blood for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
They'll get a few senior players back next year, I'm led to believe. But Ranella just starting to find a little bit of form, a bit of a mid-season slump.
Yeah.
But leading into the finals, they've got a pretty good run.
Yeah. And Flaggies.
Yeah, they're just super strong, aren't they? Top of the table.
Yeah.
Sam Jacobs. I noticed that they didn't put his stats in or his goals in. So I don't know how many goals he actually kicked on the weekend, but I'd say that he would have had a fantastic game.
Yeah, he's just been a really good find for not only the Flagstaff Footy Club but the Southern Footy League.
I was interested that I didn't put the stats in for Flagstaff because I was really interested to see how he went, but they didn't share anything at the Flagstaff.
I think he might be leading the goal kicking.
Yeah, I thought he might be. That was 19 goals, 11 to Odinga, 5 goals, 7. So that's a big day out.
It is. It is.
Morpeth Vale, Port Noarlunga. Now, that was a game that we talked about last week.
Yeah, that was our
so vital for both sides.
And that was our tribe radio game. And, it was a good game. Morpeth Vale came out with the same, as we talked about last week, the same intensity as they came out against Ranella the last time they played a game, because last week, of course, they had the bye. they came out and hit Port Noarlunga really, really hard and started really well. And Ports were chasing the game for most of the day.
Yeah.
They had their moments, Port Noarlunga, but again, as Jars alluded to, it's still going to take them a bit of time to work out exactly how he likes to play his footy.
Yeah. Wow.
And you happy with the bye? You think the 9 teams working well?
Oh, look,
all report it's been great.
Well, yeah, it has, but we'd certainly love a 10th team, so we don't have that bye situation.
Yeah.
But again, trying to find a team that fits the criteria that we're looking for is always going to be hard, because we like, as you know, we like to have our full day of Saturday, 13s, 15s, 17s, Bs and As. Unless you can fill that criteria, it's pretty hard.
And you're very passionate with with the association teams as well. So you have that block there in the middle of the year where someone's going to go a bye leading into it, and then of course they might miss 2 weeks, and obviously coming out as well. So I know the Southern Football League's very passionate about the association.
Oh yeah, very much so. And of course, let's not forget last week was our blow the whistle on domestic violence, our white ribbon round, and very well attended all of the games. And certainly got the message out. And in actual fact, we were lucky enough in the radio tent to have the managing director of White Ribbon Australia, Alan Ball, come in and have a chat to us about what it means to his organisation, that organisations like ours, the Southern Football League, who've been involved for 17 years with White Ribbon. We always have a White Ribbon round in our season. So yeah, he was very, very pleased the way that we're working with White Ribbon to continue to get that message out, because it's so important.
So important. Yeah.
Big game next week. Or the next up is the Happy Valley Ranella game. That's at Happy Valley again.
Oh, yes, that's and I think from memory last year
the Valleys
beat Ranella in that game. I've just got a feeling Ranella's just starting to find a bit of form. They've got a few players back again this week, so I'm going to tip the Wineflies to win that one. Yes, but to say that Happy Valley they're at home again.
They didn't play badly on the weekend. I thought they played better on the weekend than when I saw them a few weeks before. They look better to me on the weekend. So they're not bad, Nick, at all.
Flagstaff, Morphettvale, that's a big game.
Well, this is a
very good win for Morphettvale last week.
It was
very good win.
And when you look at it, that now puts them in 5th spot.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
In the last 2 years,
that's where they finished.
That's where they finished and been able to make their way to the grand final.
So they are a tough team.
Is the Emu on the march? I reckon they might be.
No, I think they are a tough team. They're a scrapper.
Morphettvale,
yeah. And I think that Flagstaff are a very nice team. They play very good open football. So it could be very interesting.
It'll be interesting to see how Handles approaches this particular game, because again, Morphettvale put themselves in a situation where they have to win week in, week out to maintain that 5th spot.
And they're a scrapper.
And of course, that's going to be our tribe match of the day.
Oh, I was just going to ask you that question. That's your game? Flagstaff Hill, Morphettvale, Flagstaff Hill?
91.1.
Wow. Look forward to it.
Yeah,
looking
forward to it.
Anything else you got for us?
No, other than, of course, the women's competition. Christie's Beach now sit top of the table after knocking off Ranella last week in the top of the table clash there. So
that's why Phil's not here.
Christie's have got a very, very good women's side. So,
that's great.
But you'll be pleased. Cove had a good win over Noarlunga in the women's. Port Noarlunga beat Hackham and Flagstaff Hill beat Aldinga. This week, probably the match of the round there is first versus third, Christie's and Port Noarlunga. So it will be interesting to see how that actually pans out in the women's competition. But again, as we keep saying, it's just...
And has it improved? I know you're going to say, but it has improved so much. Out of sight over the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, very much so.
Especially,
Yeah.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for joining us again.
Our pleasure.
Good luck. Well, that's a big game on the weekend. Flagstaff Hill, Morphettvale. Get down to Flaggers if you've got nothing to do on the weekend.
It's a good segment, this one, the Cove/Southern Football League segment.
It is. Thanks for joining us, mate. The president of the Southern Footy League, Craig Warman, was our special guest, and we'll be back with more in just a moment.